game, state of your game right now?
Trending. Still working on a couple parts of my game that need some improvement, but everything feels like it's getting better. I'm getting more comfortable. I'm seeing golf courses now for the second time, so it's not as much of a rush early in the week to learn the golf course where I have to go. It's nice that I know where I'm going to register now, so it's a little bit more familiar.
All right, we'll open to questions. We're going to start in the back with Dan. If you can get a mic to Dan in the back.
So Luke Clanton's got a decision to make now. He's locked up his tour card about whether he's going to turn pro or return for his senior year. Jackson Coyven might soon have that same decision. Obviously, you were in a little bit of a different position because you won and you had access to all these big events right away. And I know you made it really fast, but what do you remember about the pros and cons of that decision?
Yeah, like you said, a little bit different. I think kind of what we saw Gordon do is hold that and continue to go to college and enjoy the college life and graduate, get a degree. I couldn't. The longer I waited, the more starts I lost, and obviously being in those elevated events is extremely important, and being in the majors. So for me, it was more of a I either turn now or I wait, pretty much all year, finish out the school year, and kind of take that. But you lose half a year, so a little bit different. But college is so much fun. I have so many memories with those guys, and are going to be brothers forever. And sometimes wish I may have gotten a little bit longer, but I'm very, very grateful for what happened. But those two guys, and Gordon and Luke and Jackson soon, they've got some really fun decisions ahead, and sometimes it can be stressful, but it's a really good spot to be in and kind of have a decision of whether I stay in college and enjoy that, or I can go chase my dream on the PGA Tour. Is not a bad spot to be in.
We're going to go over to the right.
Mike Borowski, Florida National News. Nick, can you talk a little bit about your sports journey? You played a lot of other sports growing up before deciding to ultimately pursue golf. And can you also maybe share some advice for other young athletes who might be facing similar decisions about which sport to pursue?
Yeah, I played baseball, football, and basketball growing up. I played baseball probably the longest, and still have a lot of my closest friends play baseball, and some of them professionally, some of them in college. And I just think that the team aspect of it and winning as a team and enjoying that's what makes college golf so fun for me. And then those were honestly my best memories in amateur golf, is winning a college event as a team. I think, when you're on a van ride or a plane ride back and you're can be able to celebrate that together is extremely special. And I think there's a lot of lessons learned, especially for me, kind of going through that stage of playing multiple sports, learning how to deal with your time and manage all of that. I think that's extremely important, especially as you get older, maybe not even in a sport, but just in life in general. And it would definitely be something that I encourage other kids to do is, play multiple sports, try them, see if you like them, if you don't like them, and there will be, you'll have a calling one way or the other.
All right, we're going to go to Edgar and then Keith. Edgar in the middle.
Yeah, Edgar Thompson, the Orlando Sentinel. What's Justin Thomas's influence been on you and you guys' relationship?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously, both past Alabama guys, both have a cool connection with Alabama and Alabama golf, and Coach Sewell. We both played for the same coach there, and my caddy now, they were Justin and him were teammates as well. So a lot of cool connections. But no, Justin's been great. Any kind of questions or opinions or guiding me from stuff that I shouldn't do out here, and I stayed with him in Hero in the Bahamas in Tiger's event this past fall, and just playing with him at home, getting to pick his brain. He's obviously former world number one of the best players in the world, and to kind of have that, to have somebody that I can talk to frequently and fortunately as much as I wanted, I'm very grateful for.
What do you think it's about his game that kind of separates him and has allowed him to play at such an elite level?
I mean, I think not only him, but anybody that is at that caliber, they don't have a weakness. They're consistent. They're good putters. They're good wedge players. They're good chippers. but more importantly, they know how to manage a golf course, and they know how to manage their week on what they do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday that, puts them in a situation come the weekend where they're ready to perform. And I think Justin and a lot of other guys are doing really well with that, and I can definitely learn a lot from what they're doing.
Go over to Keith on the right.
What was your experience like last night, and how did it feel playing for a team from Georgia?
No, it's great. It's a really, really fun thing to be a part of. TGL is something that's new, it's exciting. I think it's pretty fun to watch. Not a lot of people have maybe all day to go watch a golf tournament, or to watch it, on a Thursday from, noon to 6 or whatever time the coverage is, and to be able to kind of turn it on Tuesday night at 7 on primetime ESPN and watch it. It goes quickly. You can kind of see our personalities a little bit, and I think it's definitely trending in a really good light, and just was a really fun atmosphere, and I'm grateful that those two allowed me to tag along and learn something from them. I was kind of asking them questions all night of, around the greens. It's a little new, but yeah, we had some hecklers out there, which was kind of neat as well.
Over on the left to Kathy. Kathy?
Before you turned pro, who did you talk to, or how many different people did you talk to, and whose opinion had the most influence?
On the decision to turn pro?
Yes. I mean, there had to be somebody who said, no, stay in school.
No, not really.
Okay.
No, I think anybody that was very close to me knew that this was my dream. This is what I wanted to do, and I did go back. I talked with my team and Coach Sewell and Hunter and my parents, and Cannon Clayton was actually one of the ones that stood up in the team room before I kind of told him that I was going to turn, and said, hey man, like, if you don't turn pro, we're all going to be disappointed in you. And coming from him, and obviously it sucked a little bit for me, because I feel like I left him kind of mid-season, and we had a really good thing going. I think we could have gone a long way in the tournament at the end of the year and NCAA's. So it was, but I really think it was a group effort of everybody was super supportive and of my dream and what I wanted to do, and that was to play on the PGA Tour.
We'll go in the middle of Sean Martin. Sean?
Just curious, what are some things you're working on right now in your game?
Be a little bit more consistent. I think that's the one thing about golf, is you never quite have it figured out, unless you're Scotty last year. But yeah, I'm always kind of working on something. I'm always trying to improve, whether that's be more consistent. I'm trying to drive the golf ball a little bit straighter right now. I kind of learned that last year, that you can't. Hard to play out of the rough. It's hard to compete out here, and working on my speed a little bit on lag putting. I struggled with that a little bit last year. I'm pretty solid inside of 10 feet, but you continue to lag it to 4, 5, 6 feet. It's hard to make those over the course of a week, and chipping as well. I'm still learning. When you go from different weeks, rough changes, the length of the rough changes, and I'm still learning on how to read the lies. I think that's going to kind of be an ongoing thing for me, but I think the more experience, the better I'll get at it.
Speaking of Scotty, when Rory won Pebble, he kind of said when a guy has the success for as long as he has, like Scotty, you can't help but kind of look and try to figure out what he does and try to emulate some of it. Are there things you've seen in Scotty's game where you're like, I want to try to do that myself or implement that in my own game?
Yeah, I think something that's not talked about enough about Scotty is his short game is unbelievable. I mean, obviously he's probably right now the best tee to green guy out there. He's one of the best iron players in the world, if not the best iron player in the world, but he's also probably one of the best chippers in the world too. So when he actually does miss the green, he chips it really, really good. He chips in a ton. So. Like I said, those guys don't have a weakness. It's just they're so consistent week in and week out, and what they do, and they perform at the highest level. And Yeah, of course. I like to kind of watch them and see what I can kind of add from their game into mine.
All right, any final questions for Nick? Great. Nick, thank you so much for the time and best of luck this week.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.